and that it's never too late. Never too late. You are a breathing, talking example of the reality that we just can't give up on people. And Ms. Williams, the work you're doing with Detroit Recovery, you should be very proud of yourself. All right, calling case number 2500465, Doris Williams.
Good morning, Your Honor. Go ahead.
Sorry, good morning, Your Honor. Be the right quick on behalf of the probation department, filling in for Ms. Epley.
And Mr. Spencer's here. Ms. Williams, if you could just unmute, state your name, please.
Hello?
Hello, Ms. Williams. All right, today's date and time set for a final review. Ms. Williams was placed on probation for the charge of attempted retail fraud, second degree. It's fair to say that Ms. Williams had an extensive, probably one of the longest criminal histories that I've ever seen related to retail fraud. But I also recognized at the time of sentencing the prosecutor's desire to reduce the charge, and also, frankly, Miss Williams, some of the different health challenges that she was facing. So instead of giving her a jail sentence, which she's had to deal with many times before, the court tried an alternate route, indicating that she needed to be on a GPS tether. She was not to go into any retail establishments. She had to check in with her probation officer if she ever wanted to go outside of her restrictions. And there were some significant limitations. And I think the record should reflect that Ms. Williams worked very hard to stay in compliance. So I want to talk about all the good things that Ms. Williams has done. She was on the GPS tether for an extended period of time without any issue. She was supposed to, after the GPS tether was removed, to contact the probation department with, what she had been doing that week. And it looks like she's done that. She's actively engaged with the Detroit Recovery Project, which is fantastic. She's doing individual sessions, and she just is, really, quite impressive work. And then let's see here. Frankly, Ms. Williams, I was hopeful when we first met that if I came up with a particular plan, that you would be able to execute that plan and also move forward in your life. And I'm so proud of the work that you're doing with Detroit Recovery. It is just, I think it's made a huge difference. What do you think, ma'am?
First of all, Your Honor, let me say I really thank you and I appreciate you so very much. You put me on the right track. After all these years, you, Your Honor, set me in the road to recovery. And I followed every one of your orders to the T. I appreciate you so very much. And I have a new life now. I have a new lease on life. And I thank you for that.
Ms. Williams, again, I appreciate your kind words. But I just tried to set up a plan that I thought would allow you to see that, that with the right support, you could have something better, and that it's never too late. Never too late. You are, breathing, talking example of the reality that we just can't give up on people, that it's never too late, that if you just give them some real resources. And Ms. Williams, the work you're doing with Detroit Recovery, you should be very proud of yourself. You should be very proud. Not many people can emerge from something like this. It's very rare. And ma'am, you have proved to be the exception. And I just hope you continue to hold yourself to that high standard, because you deserve it, right?
That's right, and I will, Your Honor. I'll continue to follow every order as though you just ordered it. And like I said, I appreciate you. The people at Recovery was great. They helped me out a lot. And I'm going to continue to see them at Recovery long after this is over with. And I thank you again.
All right, it's the order of this court that Ms. Williams is in full compliance. I will cancel the jail sentence that was suspended. So there will be no jail time on this, based on the fact that I knew that there was going to be a great cost to the tether and all of that kind of stuff. I did not assess fines and costs because I wanted to see how that she was going to do, and I'm not going to assess fines and costs. So there won't be any other money coming out of your pocket. So I've canceled the jail. I've waived fines and costs. This file is closed. Please, ma'am, go have a great life. Good luck to you.
Oh, I thank you so much.
Attempted retail fraud may seem like a minor offense, but under Michigan law, repeated violations can lead to serious consequences, including jail time. Under Michigan compiled laws, Section 750.356D, second-degree retail fraud applies when merchandise is stolen below a certain value, but repeated offenses can elevate the consequences. And under Section 771.1, the court has the authority to place a defendant on probation, suspend jail time, and impose conditions that create a structured path toward rehabilitation. But what makes this case stand out is the outcome. The court chose probation over jail, and she followed every condition. At this stage in life, she turned things around. Full compliance, consistent effort, and commitment to recovery changed the direction of the case. Because when that kind of change is real, the court can respond differently. If you find real courtroom moments like this interesting, make sure to like and subscribe for more.